I keep on falling.
What's my favorite memory of high school?
Freshman year, every A day, I got a note from Aubrey Allison when she would come from home to driver's ed, and it would just be like, have a great day, and hope to see you soon, and just made my day.
Favorite memory of high school is definitely YFC camp, from like all the activities we did to meeting new people to going and listening to the band play and everybody just kind of rocking out and having fun, being their own person. And probably my favorite part about YFC camp was 80s night. We all kind of got to dress up and go crazy. And it was awesome. It was nothing like any school dance. There was no worry about don't grind or anything. So just dance by yourself and act like a fool. Probably the best dance I've ever been to in my life.
I don't think I have a favorite memory because I did so much stuff. Just being involved in like the musicals, chorale, campus life, soccer, everything. There's just too much good stuff to pick one.
Definitely YFC camp my first year. I just feel like it was the most life-changing, definitely, first year. I mean, second year was great too, but first, like, I met so many new people. It was great.
Being a leader on the senior retreat and just becoming closer to all the people I got to lead.
My favorite high school memory was kind of a cumulative thing of being in the music program. All the different things I got to experience, going to the band competitions, going to New York, St. Louis.
Senior retreat was awesome. Go on it. Whoever you are, go on senior retreat.
I'd have to say my favorite memory of high school would be experiencing all the dances with all of my friends and being able to have a great time with people that love me for me.
The senior retreat, it's unforgettable. Like, the things that happen are just life-changing.
The people, because of the moving thing. I've met an extremely large amount of people, and especially I went from a school of like 300 to a school of 1,200, and it was a little overwhelming, but it's been really cool, and I've got a lot of great friends now.
My favorite memory is sophomore year when I got moved up, played my first game on the varsity level for football, and I got like 3 sacks that game, which got me the starting spot as a sophomore.
I think I would pick going to Spain for getting a chance to go overseas and seeing what's outside of Little Chillicothe. Yeah.
Yeah, and the retreat was good. I liked the retreat. I didn't like it at first; it freaked me out, but everyone should go to it. I think everyone could benefit from it.
Probably like meeting new people and hanging out with friends, and then also like the senior retreat was really cool, and going to camp every year. So. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Winning state and marching band junior year.
My favorite memory of high school. I have a lot of favorite memories of high school. Well, I gotta think hard.
YFC, I went to YFC camp 2 years ago, and I went to YFC camp last year. But the year before last year was my favorite because it was my first year, and it was surprising, like all the people I met and all the activities and fun there was. And like there was this night where we got to go out and just like have a word with God. Like, well, I didn't really know him at the time, so just gotta like talk to God for like 30 minutes. And I went on the beach. I didn't really know him, but I found him there because I asked him for a sign, and I didn't really get one for a while. But then as I was leaving, to go back to the campsite, there were fireworks across the bay, and I knew it was him. It made me really happy, and it was probably the best week of my life.
The greatest memory would be getting caught with friends going to the boys and girls bathroom. We're checking out the guys' bathroom, I guess as a group, comparing them. Then we went to the girls' bathroom, and as we're leaving, we see the principal, the assistant principal, and the school board director running to the bathroom, yelling at us to get out of there, asking what we were doing. We told them we were just comparing the difference between the bathrooms, and we got in trouble.
My TA hour this year, my senior year, just going there every day. Because I really enjoy just like seeing all the kids and stuff, and it's kind of fun because I kind of mess with some of them because I know some of them, and it's just fun to mess with them. Grade their papers, and then they'll always be like, "How'd I do?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I failed you. It's okay. You'll pass." And then there's this one kid who like Mrs. Craig was talking to the principal because we're like pretty good family friends with the principal there, and she was talking to him, and she said that she's pretty sure if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be passing the class because I like kind of bribe him every day. I'm just like, "Hey, I'll give you a Snickers bar if you pass this test." And so far, he's passed like 5 tests or got like an A. Pretty close to an A on almost every test, and I still haven't given him a Snicker bar yet. So I feel like at the end of the year, my last day, I'm just gonna bring him a whole bag of Snickers and just give the class some suckers or something. So.
Sophomore year, my friends and I all decided that we were going to play a prank on Mr. Bredeman. So we went and asked permission from his wife, Miss Bredeman, and then over 2 days, we took everything out of his room. We took his crazy scissors, his gnome, his wall of awesome, all his flags, and we left little riddles behind. So he was going around those 2 days, like through all the classrooms trying to find everything, and couldn't find anything and didn't know where anything was. And on Monday after April Fool's, he comes into his wife's room and sees us all sitting there in our mafia costumes. And he gave us Oreos so he could have his stuff back.
Favorite memory was probably sophomore year English class, where me and some kids stood up on the desk every time the teacher turned around. We tried to see who could get highest altitude. That's
You're
it.
gonna take out the last part that I was like, me.
Yeah, maybe.
But a new one's dawning, and you keep calling.
What's the question again?
Oh goodness.
Going back, as like a freshman, I would tell myself to like stay true to who I was. I wouldn't let like anybody else like influence me, and like try to stick to like my morals.
When you don't care about anything, like about how people judge you or like what they think about you, like life is so much more enjoyable. Like it's so unreal. Once you get like the notion that you're yourself, and if someone can't accept you for you being you, that, and you don't care if someone says, "Oh, you look ugly" or something, like it's, you just don't care. You're like, all right, I'm myself. You're not fine with that. You're cool. It's cool.
That it is going to get better, no matter how bad it gets, because it got bad. It all turns out good.
Oh goodness.
Spend a lot of time with your friends, and if you're dating an older boy, don't really spend as much time with him, and don't isolate yourself. You want to be able to, if they are to leave, you have friends to lean back on.
Start bulking up and doing the weights a lot.
I really wish I started Flower Friday earlier, because this week is my last week. It flew by really fast, and I wish I reached out to more people.
I wish I hung out with more people because I just didn't a lot in high school, and I probably could have had more fun doing that. But sports always came first, so that was a priority also.
That what you do now really does matter, like academically and socially. People remember stuff, and just make sure that you're being a good person the whole time and make decisions that you want people to remember.
Just be yourself,
Really don't look at or think about what other people think of you. It really doesn't matter. All in all, if you're happy with who you are and you do what you want to do, you'll be alright.
Just don't hold back. Just put yourself out there and don't be shy.
Basically that like you're gonna lose someone very important in your life, and early on you really need to spend a lot more time with your family.
Boys have cooties, so just don't date them. Just don't. Life is easier without. Too sorry.
Have self-confidence. I was very lacking in self-confidence my freshman year.
Yeah?
And don't get involved in drama. It's not fun. And do your homework.
Please don't procrastinate. It will drive you crazy. Also, keep doing what you're doing, as in staying out of drama, because it'll help your life a lot.
So cliche, but don't get involved in drama because it's so time consuming and it's not even like worth your time at all. Like my sophomore year, I was probably involved in a lot of drama, and like that's all I remember of my sophomore year. I mean, boys are dumb sometimes, girls are dumb sometimes, but just have fun, and yeah.
I would tell myself as a freshman to definitely not worry about what others think of me, and definitely try, because freshman year I failed 4 classes, and definitely come out of your shell. I moved here when I was a freshman. I didn't know anyone. It sucked. I hated it. And just come out, be yourself.
Don't fall for the sweet talking, cheater-like guys. I was a pushover. I'm still a pushover.
Don't date. Don't get caught up in the idea of wanting to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend to always talk to and be there with, because it don't work out, and then you just end up finding reasons why your senior year wasn't that great, and you kind of regret it. So then you kind of lose friends too, because you end up dating your friends and you end up breaking up, and you got that hate relationship kind of going.
Oh boy, I probably wish I would have gotten way more involved. Watching the Grease musical, I was like, holy cow, I wish I would have done that. Or student council, all that looks so good on college transcripts and stuff. So probably wish I would have gotten involved and definitely studied more, and definitely should have taken a math this year, because the math placement test kind of kicked my butt.
I'll keep on running.
Oh, goodness.
Campus life is horrible.
First of all, it gives me something to look forward to on Mondays, because usually Mondays, they're Mondays.
I didn't really have a good relationship with God, and by coming here I found people that really enjoyed having God as their friend and having them always there.
It impacted my life because it makes me want to be more helpful. It's kind of like you see a need, fill a need.
I mean, I've become closer to a lot more people, and
Yes, just because it was campus life especially was a really good way to start the week. Just being with so many people, and I definitely have opened up more with being able to talk to people and not judging them before knowing who they are. So I've met a lot of cool people that I otherwise wouldn't have maybe talked to about campus life. Yeah.
Mostly just made a lot of friends that I normally probably wouldn't have made, and then campus life kind of kept me on the most of the right track with God and behavior.
It did give me a chance to get closer to God, but it also gave me a chance to talk to people about stuff that's happening, because it gave me a chance to actually get out. Because at home I come from a family that doesn't really talk about things, so it gave me that way of doing it. So yeah.
Campus life has been great. It's a youth group, and it's really fun to go to. I get to see all my friends. Really awesome food, and then but there's still that sitting down, the youth group type thing, so that's good also. And it's just been really fun.
Wasn't really that far like involved with campus life because I could never come. It still has had a positive impact on me because it lets me like hear other people's stories, how they feel about God, how He's like influenced them, and it like opens up my views to how I can let God into my life. And campus life is really fun because you get to be around a lot of cool people, and some of the people you may not think are your friends, but they somehow become your friends just because you get to hang out with them and you get to learn a little bit more about them.
First started coming because of Nick and Daniel. They came and I came with them, and I went to Catholic school all through grade school, so like I'm not really a very religious person, but you know I believe in God and everything like that. But yeah, it's really it's really nice to just like kind of come and talk about God and just listen to you leaders talk. I like listening to them. And definitely, I think after the retreat, I got to know I got to know more people and reconnect. And yeah, definitely, I love it. I love coming. I look forward to it every week.
I know in like 8th grade when I first started coming here, I was like really shy and timid, and I didn't really like anyone. And it just kind of like helped me open up and just know myself better.
Campus life has been a huge tool to connect with other friends on spiritual levels that I usually wouldn't have be able to have that conversation with.
Yeah, it's helped break off my shell of who I was and help me become who I am today. And it brought me a lot closer to my friends, and it brought me new friends that I never would have guessed that I would have had.
Campus life has definitely had a huge impact on my high school life. I got to start here when I was a junior because that's when I moved here, and it helped me, even though I knew a lot of people already, kind of interact with new people and make new friends. Definitely in the last year, my relationship with God has strengthened so much, and campus life has really shown me that, you know, it's okay to have a cool relationship with God and to be bold and not to like be worried about what other people think, and to just kind of spread His word because that's what He wants you to do, and you don't have to be scared to do that anymore.
I would say, yeah, it has. I mean, for a bunch of reasons. Like, I met like some people that I don't normally talk to. Some people get to see like a different side of me. I mean, a lot of people think I'm like, I don't know, mean or like a D-bag, but like here I'm just like, I don't know, it's like a safe zone for like anyone. They can just come here and be themselves, and like you're with a whole bunch of other people playing games and being silly and like, I don't know, just having fun. Like you connect with like younger and like older people, and there's like a lot of adults that know a lot of questions and give good advice to anything, especially like regarding God. I mean, it kind of like opened my gateway to like starting a relationship. I mean, I still struggle with it, but I mean, so does everyone. So
I think campus life has impacted my life. I've met many people that I probably would not have met in the high school, just because I don't necessarily interact with all the people that come here. And it's cool to just know when you go to high school that there are other people who believe in God and who hang out and are genuinely good people. And it's brought me closer to some of my friends and allowed doors to open into inviting new people and making new friendships.
It did have a big impact on my life, just with like meeting a lot of new people. But it also helped me like with the small talks afterwards. It showed like I really needed help praying. And the other night I had like a relative like go missing because he was upset, and I laid in bed and I was really upset, and I didn't know what to do. So I closed my eyes and I prayed. And within 5 minutes after praying, my mom walked in and said, "Don't worry, your uncle's found. He was at a friend's house and he's safe and he's on his way home." And like that right there wouldn't have happened if I would never have thought to pray or anything like that if it weren't for campus life and all the leaders and all that stuff. So it's pretty awesome.
Through campus life, I learned about the YFC trip, and that's where I found God. And it probably made me think of Flower Friday and just thinking of other people more than myself. And it's just fun. Like, it's instead of like going out and like partying or doing stupid things, hanging out with the wrong crowd. Like, these are the type of people that you want to hang out with and want to love. And I love it.
Campus life had a big impact on my life. When I first moved here, I was an okay kid. Went to CC for a year. Tried to establish a relationship with God. I always had a relationship with Him, but I think that it sort of hit a brick wall when I first moved here, and it wasn't going anywhere. And I feel like every time I came to campus life, it was just chipping away at that brick wall. And just every time, just chipping away. And then I was in a small group with Rick my 8th grade year. Wasn't it 8th grade? No, freshman year. And every meeting that we had and every like group we had, it just kept chipping away. And pretty much all of it broke down until I just made bad decisions. Went with friends that probably shouldn't have been hanging out with. Went places that we probably shouldn't have been. Was with girls that probably shouldn't have been with at the time when I was making the bad decisions with friends. And just put me in a bad place with God, with my family, with the good friends I had in my life. And when I came to campus life, it was just like God was here for me. He doesn't care what I did. It all matters. What matters is what you do with it now, and how you forgive yourself, and how He forgives you. And it all depends. It all matters on what you think of yourself. And campus life is really good at bringing your self-esteem up and letting you meet new people. So I would say campus life really made a big impact in my life.